Sorry, I got caught in a phone call. That's quite important one, so I just couldn't. Sure. Anyway, okay. Anyway, good afternoon, all. Just put that down in the chat. Okay, right. Just make sure I mute everyone. Okay, yeah, everybody. Okay, let's just have a look at what's going on now. Let's take a look at the economic calendar. I keep calling the Euro calendar. Economic calendar. Let's see, where are we now? Okay, it's more or less expected, slightly more than expected, not much difference. New home sales, slightly more sales, which I suppose is reasonably good for the dollar, which had a little bit of a bounce on the dollar. Just look at the dollar index. Yeah, a bit of a bounce on the dollar. I'll copy and paste as normal for you guys. I'm pretty sure you'll got it. It won't take 2 seconds. It's so important to have it. Okay, and of course, the normal economic calendar. Okay, yeah, so the NASDAQ has come off a little bit more. Tried to break through just now the 12.9 mark, but didn't manage to sustain it. Popped up again, coming off. So looks like the narrative for downside solar rally seems to be coming into operation as we speak, which is okay. Right, let's have a look. Much happening elsewhere. Just get these guys in now. We'll start off with the AUD-JPY, not doing too badly at last. 89.45, 88.84. Clearly modify the stop. So if you guys took the trade, which you should have done yesterday, sorry, no trades out today. It was very quiet. I couldn't find one, so there it is. But anyway, these ones are going okay. So 89.45 suggests you move your stop loss down. Don't get too close, maybe 89.20. 25 pips profits, better than the kick in the shin, as I say. Yeah, better than doing the washing up as another one. But 89.15 is better than a loss, 20 pip profit, and hopefully it'll hold, and we might get some more downside below 89. So yeah, we've got at least that's not too bad. Euro dollar, well, the dollar's obviously climbed a little bit on the fundamentals, so the euro dollar being nice in a profit has now come back to just a scratch below break even. 1.1 seemed to be holding. I don't know if anyone took the profit on it as earlier on today, but it was up at 1060 earlier on, so I don't know if anyone modified the stop loss, and if they did, they should have been stopped out, hopefully at a profit. If you're still in, well, you're still in. Not much we can do about that. But it might bounce again. But it seems to be very much a range trade. It seemed to hold that support, as you can see there, and it might bounce back up again. But I think a lot of you might have already been out on that one. Euro GBP, we got to 88.36. Just to recap here, by the way. Euro GBP 88.36. Pretty slow, but he's in profit. 36 to 63 is what? 36.45, 26 pips, 27 pips in profit. Not too bad. It's in profit, 27 pips. Can't learn too much. Yeah, maybe you can bring it up to stop up here. To get protection is so important in these markets. Maybe bring the stop up to 88. It's a bit close, but I think just play safe. 88.36 on the nail, just to protect yourself if you went into that price. Okay, NZD-JPY was another one. Where NZD-JPY, let's find it first. 82.49, not much, but at least it's in profit. It's better than it was earlier on, hey. At least it's better than it was. Hit the stop loss on the euro, well, that's fine, euro dollar, that's fine. So at least you make some money on that. Okay, that's good. You made some money on it, should have done anyway. I'll just check again. Anyway, before we come to that, yeah, it's a bit of profit, but anyway, that's fine. Euro dollar. Just hit stop loss. That's all I've got information. I've got about half a dozen trades last minute too. What I mean.
Sorry, that was on the Euro USD.
Okay, it hits your stop loss. What was the stop loss again? Because I left a piece of paper behind at someone else's place. So what was the stop loss on it? Couldn't have been.
I
couldn't have-
adjusted my stop loss, Roger. My
good.
stop loss was 1,005, 1.10005.
Okay, so more or less an even, break even sort of thing. Okay, fair enough. Well, anyway, not a problem. Didn't win much, didn't lose much, more or less the same. Okay, not a problem. Okay, that sounds good to me. Yeah, so the others in pretty good profit. The other one's about 10 pip profit, and euro dollar, I think a lot of people stopped out break even or whatever. Not too bad to start off with. Gold 85, 1985. We got in a couple of days or so ago, scratching sideways, crabbing. It's crabbing along. Had $2 in profit, leave it alone. GBP CHF, I don't know if anyone's still in that. That's really enhancing profit now. It might actually get to the TP. TP is 1.099, so it might get to the TP. 990, that is, sorry, 1.0990. So that's about 55 pips away the TP. But I don't know if I'm still in, might have modified, been stopped out, taken profit, I don't know. But that was a seriously handsome profit on that one. I think NGAS is still bumbling around. Look at it again. 240, yeah, bumbling around, flattening down, but it's not a trade smash. Okay, that seems to be what we've got on the horizon at the moment. WTI is still slightly above the TP, but I think most of you guys are taking profit anyway. It's coming off a bit as we speak. CAD JPY, I think we're all out of that one. So yeah, anything you'd like to mention? I've gone through all that.
Yeah, USD CAD. It's stop loss.
Oh, there's that. Okay. Okay. Yeah, they hit the stop loss. Okay, that's correct. So other than that, so that one, a couple hit the stop loss, a few others hit on revised, what you would call it, modified stop loss. How are you guys doing, by the way, with these trades? Are you making out with them all right? Yeah, that we do know, yeah. A few hit the stop loss, and a few hit the stop loss, I think, modified or whatever, into a profit. And yeah, some being pretty good. How have you been doing? Have you taken profit too early, or what's the score on that one? Oh yeah, sorry, CAD JPY is no, I'm using something else I speak there. CAD JPY 99.94 is a sell, and yeah, 99.94 is a sell, 98.32 is the TP. Got right down to the TP. So that TP was triggered. So the TP hit the CAD JPY, stop loss GBP USD. Remember, the stop loss is a lot tighter than the TP. So the CAD would have outdone the GP. AUD is doing fine, etc. GBP is doing fine. Okay. For the picture, well, I don't know about that, my friend. Money, I don't know about that. Bloody hell. Can anyone compete with that? Sure, you mean pips, not points. That's outstanding. I'm assuming you mean pips, not points. Bloody hell. Not like that. What I'm so surprised for. That's normal everyday stuff, eh, guys? Bit of a Freudian slip there. That's just quite something, seriously. Now, Marnie, how long are you doing this a month? I'm really going to be a bit insensitive here. How long are you doing this? About a month. But all right, the guys are doing a bit longer. Has anyone done 17 pips down in total? Maybe you should attend the training a little less, not more. Shame. Don't quite know how you said. Maybe done other stuff. I don't know. But that's quite something, I have to say. That's brilliant.
Money, I need your cell phone number, please.
Now, you should give it to me first. Hard luck. Wait your turn, mate. Okay, Marnie, I beg of you, I'm on my knees. We're already joking. That's brilliant.
No, but you're a I'm uncle.
Okay. Yeah, uncle. Okay. Not quite sure how to answer that when I get into trouble. I take your point, Marnie. I think we should Mark, Farney, and Roger back off a bit before we get into trouble. No, well bloody done. What about you, Mark? Have you made any money? That takes a smile to his face and put a bloody grim look on his next little motive, eh? That's good. Now, Marnie's only doing it for a short period of time. So, guys, so can be done. Brilliant. And I presume, Marnie, you're acting on the signals, or any of those your own trades, and or where do you get that kind of return from? Was it the signals? I hope it was, obviously, to give the other guy a bit of a morale boost. Well done. There you are. There you are. 400 pips, signals and the chart to run, not taking profits too quickly, and obviously listening and learning, taking notes and taking it on board and implementing it. Bloody marvelous. Really, that is fantastic. Quite chuffed about that. Okay, slight loss. Okay, well, I presume the fact that she's been watching, as in Marnie, been watching the what the hell's this thing doing here? Been watching the signals and doing that and the other guys are not. Maybe they're doing their own things that not working out, wrong position size, or taking profits too quick, or modifying stop loss too close, or something like that. Oh, you're trying to, oh, okay. Oh, I see what you mean, yeah. You're trying to get cute, basically, with gold and Brent. I'm afraid to say, I'm telling you right now, from extreme loads of past experience, trying to get cute with the markets doesn't seem to work out very well. Rather stick to the strategy, not try to get too cute. Yeah. A few times I've got too cute, a little less lately, I must admit, but I have done it several times for 3 years in doing this. It's usually come back and bitten me. So be a little careful. Well, that's great. That's fantastic. I'm going to mention that in our meetings tomorrow morning strategy room and say, yeah, guys, ladies just joined, we following the signals, following the advice, not getting too cute, and it's working. Fantastic. Not just working, that's a brilliant return. I say if you can sort of average in a month around about 300 to 400 pips on averaging out, sometimes 100, sometimes 600 or whatever, but averaging out somewhere around there, it's going to work big time. No, that's right. I remember that. Yeah, shame. I think you're more. I got the impression you're more annoyed with yourself than the market that time. Yeah. Okay, well, that's great. That's a good way to start the show, the session. You hear all that, guys? So yeah, can be done. The only resentment I can feel the guys in a couple of years couldn't match that. So they're sort of like, oh, I'll give her a clap. You like these Oscar-winning ceremonies when they expect to pick somebody else, they're trying to force a grimace rather than a smile and clapping. Should have been me, John. Right. Okay. Well, I think that's it. Any more fundamentals to come out? I don't think so. Nothing special today. No, that's about it. Okay, so that's the only important stuff coming out, and that's USAT's release. Microsoft is doing well. 290 is doing well. If you're still in Microsoft, clearly modify your stock, protect yourself. I think don't get it too close, jumps around a bit, 285 if you're still in. If you're not, well, push it any further. I am, to be honest. Yeah, I don't get cute with gold. It's so much a fundamental football at the moment. We did okay, and then the situation changed. It's drifting along, waiting for the next direction. A lot of people say down, some people say up. We should see. I'm not going to try and get cute on that. I'm afraid I agree totally with that to Mr. B-O-I-P-S, Boips, if that's pronounced properly. Or if you're French, it's Bois, believe it or not. Or Dutoit, if it's French, not Dutoy. Anyway, it's all in your trading psychology and strategy. Yeah, absolutely. All right, okay. I didn't get a single thing out today, as you probably noticed. No trade signal sent out today. Couldn't find one. Had a couple of tries this afternoon. Couldn't find one. Might have missed some. Very much possible, but one's looked at, just don't seem to be going anywhere. But anyway, that's not a problem. We've had quite a few out, so you're going to have quiet days, so be it. With the release of data coming out on the earnings, of the big tech, some of the big tech stocks. Be a little bit wary of them. That's what I say, Microsoft, get your stop loss into profit. Whatever happens is safe. And don't try and tangle the Apple. Well, I don't think Apple's coming out, but Amazon. The only one I'm a little bit curious on is maybe getting a bounce on Tesla. Most analysts, when I say analysts, I'm not talking about derivatives, I'm talking about equity, are bullish on Tesla. Trouble is the political establishment don't like it, which doesn't help matters. But anyway, which means I do. If the politicians don't like you, I'm a meeting your friend. Yeah, but I think it's getting to the stage where it might be a little bit overcooked, this thing. So keep an eye on it. Maybe not get too cute just yet. It is still in the sell zone. But I think it's getting a bit on the oversold basis. We might get a value bounce here somewhere. But maybe just be a little bit careful at the moment. Oh, for sure. Absolutely. Yes, certainly can. Start in alphabetical order, AUDJPY. Yeah, you can modify stop to 89.15. Therefore, you got a 20 odd pip profit. Was it 30 pip or whatever it is? Profit, whatever happens, and hopefully get more down movement. Okay, got that 89.15 modify. That's my suggestion, by the way. Got that? Okay, just a second. Right, and then Euro GBP, do an order. Euro alphabetical order, Euro GBP. Don't do anything for the moment. I think it's only slightly in profit. Euro GBP, you got 88.36, 23-year pips in profit. If you want to bring it up to entry, you can, or reduce it, the risk by modifying, you know, maybe you can modify it to maybe 88.10 or something. You'll still make a slight loss if it hits it, but it'll be a reduced risk, if you see what I mean. That's up to you. But it's a little bit close. Maybe no, it's going up as we speak, is it? Where do we get it again? 36.56, only 20 pips. A bit close to get it to entry as yet, at least 30 pips and upwards. So maybe you can make it, maybe bring up to just 88.10 away, something like that. At least 26.
Yeah, but
go on.
it looks like it has broken the trend line from the top. So it's worth waiting.
Yeah, I think so as well. Look, first through there, come back and test it. And I can see a couple of buyers are coming in. Maybe this area will hold and for another bounce up. So we'll stick with that. I prefer the euro to GBP anyway, so we'll stick with that. Okay, just you can do reduce risk. Maybe I don't know where the stop is. The original stop was 87.59. Maybe bring it up to 88. There you are. Bring it up to 88. Yeah, and then you reduced your risk by 40 odd pips. That's okay. And that's it'll take a knock, but it'll be a small knock. That's good news. I'm sure you understand me on that. NZDJPY, it gave us a lot of jip at one stage. Looks like it's coming to the party. 82.49, 20 pips. It's too close to modify to entry, but again, reduce the risk. 83.27 with the stop loss. Maybe can reduce the stop loss down to 4 make it 82.70. So your risk now is only 20 odd pips. So it's very reduced risk. That's the beauty of it. I think you can, I don't know, I think 50 is quite a lot. Maybe you can maybe reduce it to 30 pips. There you are. Willem, make it 30 pips. That means that if you get stopped out and it suddenly jumps up to 66, you'll take a 17 pip knock, which is exactly a trade smash, you know what I mean? So TP on NZ, the JPY is 81 on the nail. All right, 81 exactly, 81.00. Okay, no problem. Okay, yeah, so going back, yeah. How do you feel, guys? 30 pips should be fine. Yeah, I think you can put a trading stop at 30. And if it starts dropping even further, it'll drop to break even. Once it's dropped to break even, it won't go back up again. That's why it's called a trading stop. It'll sit there, only adjust and modify towards, not away from entry. So you'll be fine there. So put it 30 pips and 61 you get out. That's not too bad. That'll give you what, 12 pip risk, and it might get better. Okay. So that's looking okay for the time being. Just going back to Marnie again, I'm like overwhelmed. So clearly the trading has been a benefit to you, hey? Very much so, in fact. That's good to hear. I'm trying to encourage more people to attend. Don't seem to do it. In fact, one guy said to me, I don't have time for the trading room. I'm too busy to do all that, so I'll just carry on trading my own way. I thought it's a bit of an interesting question. I'm too busy to go and study for my medical degree, so I'll just carry on doing that, and I'll take the exam just now. Not too sure that's a wise move, but fair enough. You know, I haven't got time to make money, is basically what the person's saying. Well, fair enough. Yeah. One guy, obviously I won't mention names, said he went to the train to understand what's going on, so he's going back to do it his own way. Oh, he didn't understand it. Well, again, I'm not quite sure I'll answer that, but anyway, leave that to your imagination. Okay, so it's trying to move down further, which is good news. So a trading stop at 30 should be just fine there, though. Okay. What can we say, Mark? Yeah. That's a very good question. Virtually impossible to answer, but I'll do my best for them. You've got to make your mind up. If it's GTC, you'll cancel it. If it's just a daily, it'll automatically be removed at the end of the trading day. So if you've got a GTC or good till cancel as a pending order, let's say you got a pending order to sell the NZD JPY at 83, right? And it doesn't seem to be getting there. What I would suggest then, if the ship's so clearly sailed, I would suggest then just removing it. How many pips? Difficult to say. Probably 70, 60, 70, 80, I don't know. Things jump around. But yeah, I think if this was to go back up to 83, I think it might be turned in from a sell in, might become a buy. You know what I mean? The strategy might change if it suddenly jumps that much. So don't work on 70 exactly. It's a very difficult question to ask. It's not an exact one. But as I say, if I'd had a stop loss at 83, sorry, a sell limit 83, which is where's 83 up here somewhere. Yeah, if I had a sell at 83 and it's taken out from the buy to intermediate sell zone, I wouldn't leave it there. I'd say it's no longer a buy, it's now a sell. I'd probably just do it into it. Okay. Yes, that's exactly. But it takes a lot of time psychological people to grasp that. You've done amazingly quickly in such a short period of time. I don't even think it was about a month, if that. No, but that's it. Exactly. And look at the net pips. That's the point. I made 20 losses and I lost 500 pips. I made one incredibly good trade on the Dow and it made me 1,000. Well, you made 500 pips. You get the point. Absolutely. Look after pips, look after downside, equity management, and then the profit will look after itself, basically, yeah. Okay, so it's a bit wishy-washy answer there, Willem, but that's basically it. But what I will say is don't leave it there for several days, it's miles away, because you might forget about it. And then suddenly this whole situation changed, you come back and open up and suddenly think, oh my goodness, it's suddenly changed round and I'm in the trade, it's been filled, going the wrong way. So it's not going to come to the party, just it's difficult to give an exact amount. Yeah. And remember as well, going to money again, it's pips what you're after. Because it doesn't matter if in a million, 100 pips, you've got a million account or 1,000 account, the only difference, the guy with a million will have a bigger size volume. So it's the pips that you're after. And all you just then increase the volume. people after money, they think I must try and increase bigger positions and overexpose, or try and grab 100 pips instead of 50. Then you're chasing something that's getting too difficult. Rather stick to 50, and instead of putting 1 on it, put it on 2. Rather do that. Oh, it's quite simple, I'll show you. Well, Ken's good point, I'm afraid. You answered your own question. I'm afraid I do them occasionally, not as much as I should. It does require patience. Yeah, spot on there, mate. I can't really answer that one. Yeah, that's true, except to agree. Quite simple. Let's do on the NZD-JPY. Okay, we're going to do a pending order. Let's stick with a sell. Okay, we're going to sell pending order, a sell limit, and we'll put the sell limit at 83, just out of the way, just for the fun of it. Right, expiration, that's good till cancel. If you put in daily, today, basically, you specify the date, make it 2 days if you want. If specify the date, you put the expiration date in if you want. But let's say it's just today. If I go and place that order, 83.0. If I place that order, which is I'd like to get, I'll place it anyway. I'm putting volumes in. That's I have to read that. Very unlikely to get there. See my point? So it doesn't matter. It'll automatically be removed at the end of the day. Make sense? There it is. If you want to get rid of it, just right click and delete it. That's gone. Just do that quickly again. It's a bit quiet. Or we on thing for all of them. Just do this one anyway. If you want to do another sell limit, we're doing sell the moment, buy limit, same idea. Put your volume in check. You're going to put the 83 in again, just an example. And then you're going to say expiration, specify day, and then you put in the 25th. Okay? Any questions? Straightforward. Not rocket science, as they say in the classics.
So,
Got that?
So if you're in a trade like the one currently New Zealand JPY, can you also, will it also do that expiration date?
No. If you're in the trade, that's completely different. We're talking about pending orders. If you go into a trade, you're in it. You're in that unless you close it or it hits a stop loss or TP. If you don't close that trade and you go away on holiday, around the world holiday, when you get back, it doesn't matter, 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, you're either still in the market or it's hit your top stop loss or TP. That's
Okay,
purely-
so it won't, you can't set a date to say, for argument's sake,
No,
you
no,
stay in a trade for a set time and it closes. All right,
No,
thanks.
no. In fact, to be honest with them, I just even you could, and they had that software facility. I would strongly disagree with it. Look at this candle here, daily. Look at this candle here. That was 94 pips. Look at this candle here. 16 pips, both daily. How do you know? Why would you get out in 2 days? It might have been in a bit of a profit, it might come down a bit, and it looks like it's about to bounce, and then you got an automatic get out clause in 2 days. Why? We can't tell what's going to happen in 2 days. You know what I'm saying? You're in the market until you close or hit your TP or SL. Simple as that. Only on pending orders you can just pull the pending order, basically. Non-farm payrolls price tracking. Okay, we're good on that. After that, good. Okay, no, that's fine. You must check. No, not like that. You're spot on. You must check. That's important. Very important. Absolutely. Just confirming. There's a word called ambiguity. Taking out the ambiguity. Okay, and non-farm payrolls price tracking. I'm not sure what that means. Sorry, Ken, I'm a bit sick here. Anyway, whatever. Talk about non-farm payrolls. When's that? Good thinking there, because it's nearly the end of the month, isn't it? Be first Friday of the month. So in theory, it should be the 5th. Okay. Non-farm payrolls, the 5th of May. which is what, in Friday week. About 10 days time, 10, 11 days time. We'll be doing our normal straddle trade for it, don't forget. Guys who don't know about that, it'll be advertised as well. And it'll obviously be placed on my QT WhatsApp group as a reminder that at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, I do a session on the non-farms where we do a straddle trade start to release at 2:30 and hopefully taking advantage of any movements up or down or disparities to the actual to the expected price as it on the release. So if you want to join me there, you can. All we ask is you've got a couple of K more in your account. If you're only on demo or like that, because it gets quite popular, you can only take about 100 or so people. That basically means somebody who has got money to make use of it can't get in, because somebody who hasn't got money and can't make use of it is there taking up the space. So if you've got only a few $100, it's not really worth your while anyway. So if you've got a couple of grand or something like that, or more, of course, then please join. And don't say, well, I did very well at one day and I checked it out, it was on this demo. No, that doesn't mean anything. Okay. Right, I see NZDJPY. It's got the trading stop there, I think it was Willem, so wherever it was, 30 pips. It's now should be down to 53, getting close to that. So it's pretty close to breaking even anyway, so it's doing nice. Which is all good stuff. It's all good stuff. ADJPY, I think it's still doing okay. 88.70, it's doing better. Yep, so leave it 89.15 for the time being. And if it drops down further, you can start modifying your stop or put a 30 pips trailer up. It's up to you. Euro GBP, is anything happening there? 88.57, 20 pips in profit, not doing too bad. Those three trades are doing okay. The gold is taking its time, but last it looks a bit of a profit. Now back to break evens. Crabbing, Anne-Marie, it's crabbing big time.
When you're referring, sorry, when
Oh.
you're referring to the trading stops, what can you just show me what you're looking at when you decide whether it's 50 or 30 or 100 points or pips?
Okay, yeah. The 100 pips we normally use on what we call the momentum EJ strategy, which we evolved in the trading room. 100 for the indices, NAS and Dow, and 50 for the currencies. We changed to 30, and then Madeira came in and said you had a couple of problems, a bit tight. So we're tweaking it back to 50. But if you're taking normal situation, when we go into a trade, normally the stop loss is more than 50. Not always, but often you might have 100 stop loss or whatever. You're talking when to modify it. Normally, I start looking, not doing it just yet, depending on the volatility of the currency. When it's about 30 pips in profit, I might bring it up to entry, or I might wait 40 or 50, something like that. So let's say you're at about 20 pips in profit. You seem to be going okay. Maybe we can swap you at 100 pips. Let's assume the trading signal said 100 pips stop loss. Maybe we change to 50. And then maybe when you're about 30, 40 pips in profit, maybe then change the trading stop to 30 pips. Does that make sense?
Yes, thank you.
Good enough. Good. Thank you for the interaction there, because other people like to know this. They often don't know the question to ask, so you help them as well as yourself, which is good. And you clarify, which is good. Good, so that's fine. Say CADJPY, fat profit there. Trust anyone's in there, modified. All should be modified. GBP, CHF, is anybody still in there? That's fantastically profitable, if you are. And that's about it, I think. USD, CHF, we took profit. WTI, I think most people are out on the profit on that one. AD CAD, I think did okay as well. Oh, no, it didn't. That was hit the T. Stop loss. Pound dollar at the stop loss, and US dollar CAD, I think hit the stop loss. But that's 3 out of about 8 or 9, so it's not too bad. Okay, right. And we also can mention No, nothing particularly. What's tomorrow? It's Wednesday. We've got the oil inventories tomorrow. I haven't checked. I'll check ceiling import tomorrow. To look forward to. Tomorrow, Australian dollar CPI. Euro dollar durable goods orders, and yeah, so that's about it tomorrow. So not too bad. Okay, yeah, that's coming right. So that's coming pretty nice to move your stop loss. If you're modifying your stop loss, you can now put it, I think, to yeah, you can put it to break even now. Put it to entry. Modify your stop loss to entry to protect yourself. Okay. I think still wait till you're a GBP. Just wait to do that. 56, that's too close. 20 pips. If it gets to 66, you can move your stop loss to entry. AUD JPY still coming off. That's hovering a bit. So yeah, where's my stop loss? Yeah, there it is, isn't it? Yeah. 82.42, 89.42, 89.15, eh? There we are. So done it myself. A moment. Okay, so there we are. How's the NAS doing? So sell the rally, but don't chase it now. See me breaking through 12.9. See if that can be maintained for a move down. Doesn't mean to say you missed the boat entirely. Once we've got a confirmed break of this area, we can start looking to sell it. How far is it down there? 225 is a bit close. I like a total pit stop, silly problem. But we'll make a plan. Okay, but leave it for the moment. See if we can break it down further. The dollar index at the moment is starting to rise. So euro dollar should be taking a smack at the moment. So I hope you guys either got out breaking even or a slight profit on that. It's looking like it could break down a little bit further. The dollar's regaining a bit of strength. Okay. So that will last. And the yields coming off. Now, the yields coming off should be good for gold. The dollar increasing should be not so good for gold. So it's getting pushed with a headwind and it's getting pushed by a tailwind. So it's being squeezed at the moment. Talk about squeeze, that's a good point. If you ever listen to radio, etc., MoneyWeb, you often talk about short squeeze. You often hear that saying, it's short squeeze. Anyone not know what that means? Not vitally important, but I think it's worth knowing. You often talk about short squeeze. Does anyone know what that means or not know that? I think most of you do know. Anyone not know what that means? Yeah, I won't tell Mark. I might tell your wife, but other than that, I won't tell. Okay, it's quite simple. Might have interest to add a bit of knowledge there. You've gone short on ABC and it's going against you. And it's going against you, it's going up. And you're getting squeezed because it's hurting. Short squeeze, going up, it's going against you. So in the end, you can take the pain no longer and you close it. By close a short, you're buying it. So it pops up further because the other guys who've been short squeezed, close, also can't handle it. So they also close. You remember, you close a short, guys, you don't sell to exit, you buy to exit. It moves up a little bit further. Institutions watch this activity, and once they see, because remember the institutions, when you place an order in stop loss TP, don't just sit in the computer, it sits out there and people can see it, institutions particularly. And they often wait for the guys to get squeezed out. So as the price moves up, and the last guys to take the pain no longer, they're out, they've got a better price, they clamber in short and sell it down. And that's where a lot of frustration comes in. The other one's a short covering bounce. Short covering bounce is it's come off, you're selling it, hits a strong resistance area like this one here, and then the TPs are there, And the TPs are buy orders. We call that short covering bounce on the way up. So you'll often hear on the radio short squeeze, and then you're getting sudden. It's looking like it's suddenly getting a bounce in that direction. Why? It's because people can handle it no longer. They're buying it out, and it's increasing the direction up and making the squeeze even worse because they're selling it short. Don't have to know that, but it's just rather important. You often get talked about. The other one I want you to know all about is the difference between spot and forward. Spot price opens when the market opens, like, you know, the traders get their desk up as soon in the States. That will be trading the spot market. The futures market goes around the clock, and the futures market is like it's on exchange forward market. The forwards market are tailor-made between institutions and high net worth guys and that sort of thing. The institutional futures, the futures on exchange, anyone can trade them. And the difference is not always slightly higher on the futures than the spot, because it's got inbuilt cost to carry, as they call it, which is dividends and time costs, you know, interest costs, interest rate costs, that sort of thing. But if you want a better explanation on that one, we can Google it. You should know what the spot price is, what the well, we don't use forward so much, we use futures, same principle, just one's on exchange and one isn't. And the futures and spots just know the difference. You don't always get this slightly higher price in the futures, but sometimes you get a slightly different one. And there's various reasons for that. But normally the difference is built into the interest rates and dividend possibilities. For instance, let's say you get what you call futures closeout, normally March, June, September, December. And when it goes from going over from the March's futures to September futures, will be a higher price because now it's got 3 months of interest. And in theory, what should happen? It'll start closing the gap between the future and spot price will close because the costs are closing. Because 1 month's interest is obviously a lesser amount than 3 months interest till it comes to the same price. But if that's all a bit much, if you're interested, you can just Google it. It's nice to increase a bit of all-round knowledge. That would be a, you know, an economist degree job on it, but at least to get an all-round picture of it. Then when you listen to some of the stuff going on in, you know, in these programs, these like MoneyWeb or whatever, you've got some idea what the hell they're on about, basically. And then you can start to increase background knowledge of it. Makes it more interesting for you as well. Oh, good stuff. You get much better headphones. Okay, great. I'll tell you, let's start at the beginning. Have a look through the trade. I'm going to start at the beginning in alphabetical order. This is what I do each morning. AUD CAD, make sure it's on the daily. I see, it's in the sell zone, but it's just touching this point here. It's not confirmed, it's broken below yet. It's come down to a bit of support resistance area here, as you can see. It might bounce up a bit. So I won't be selling it now. I will be waiting for a confirmed breakdown there, maybe aiming here if I get a right risk reward. I prefer the CAD to the AUD, so I won't be buying the AUD CAD. I might, if it bounces, I'll sell the rally. So if I can get it near this sort of level here, bounce, I'll set it down, stop up here somewhere, aim there. If it breaks down here, I'll sell it, but I'll leave it for the time being. But see if it breaks first. That's why I look, and then I go on to the next one. Going quickly, but obviously I do it quickly because I'm doing it all every time. Now I'm looking at this one, AUD-CHF, clear in the sell zone, but I'm thinking it might be the ship sell, overcooked, which is just jargon, basically. Overcooked slang in a way. Maybe we can see what happens on the weekly. I go to the weekly, no particular target site here, go to the monthly, right down these levels here. I'd be a bit nervous to set it from here, going right back to, this is where in 2020, we're talking 3 years ago, nothing before that. To try and celebrate through there might be presumptive. But then again, it could get a bit of a bounce. I don't know the extent of the bounce. Will it bounce? AUD is much weaker than the Swiss franc. It might just be a short covering bounce, explained just now. So therefore, I'm looking to short it. I go back to the daily. Where do I want to short it from? See how far I can go up before it comes off. If it gets this far and comes off, I might short it, preferably here. If we can get here, I might short it down, stop up here, TP down there somewhere. And I go on to the next one. So in other words, I've just looked at two no possible trades, but potential one would be a sell and one be a stronger sell. Okay, I'll go in order. AUD JPY, want to be selling it in the sell zone clearly. We can get it around about these levels, which we did yesterday. That's why we took it right against the 50 in the sell zone. This is the neutral, remember. Above that's the buy zone. Popped up. I prefer the Japanese yen to the AUD, so I'm happy to sell it. And it came up there, got my rally to sell the rally. The 10-day moving average held. That's why I said put a trade out to sell it. Stop up there somewhere and TP wherever the hell TP is. So down here somewhere. I think TP is right about there. Okay. Do another one if you like. This one doing small, by the way. CAD CHF. Looks like it's overcooked, too late to chase. I'm certain 200's up there. Yep, very much a sell zone. Let's have a look at a weekly. Any targets, the monthly. Broken through, could get more. Let's have a look. It's unknown territory. It has broken through the low, but I'm getting a bit on the nervous side here. Swiss franc is really king at the moment. They expect an interest rate again increase coming up soon, which will strengthen it further. Canada is weakish at the moment. Could get some more downside, but I think from that sheer movement, which has happened over a period of about a year, it's come off, it's come off 1,200 pips, quite a long run. It might get a bit of a bounce first. So I'm keen to sell it, but I want to try and get a better price. Okay, so then I'll leave that alone for the moment. CAD JPY, we've got to trade out that. So we can't sell another one, we've already got one out. And it's pretty close to the TP anyway. It's doing pretty well, but never mind we've got to trade out or not. I wouldn't be selling it here. It's me the ship to sell. I want to be selling it more higher up if I can get that price, or a breakdown here somewhere and sell it down there. So I'd leave that one. Go back to the daily. Yeah, if it breaks through here again and you're not on board and it's still coming down, goes down, retests and comes off again, we'll probably get another trade single out to sell it on the way down. Get the general idea? Then we go on to the next one, CHF JPY. I think that's overcooked. It's coming off at last. Lucky last. We're looking for a buy on this one. I think it's fairly obvious a buy for the weekly chart, but it's too high at the moment. Why it's too high? It's soon to say it's too high. But I think it's a bit overcooked. We want to try and get a better price. We don't want to join in the ceiling like I mentioned. I want to get a better price. So if it comes down to around about these levels and bounces, maybe we can buy it back up again. We'll see what happens there. Keep a strong eye on it. We might get, if this 10-day moving average holds, we might get a buy on it. Actually, talk about that. Hang on. What about the hourly one? No, we can't do it on the DJ, pity. But it's looking like it comes down, looking like it might bounce from here, actually. On the 4-hour, it's a buy. It's come back, tested it, and we're getting a bit of bounce as we speak. So this is something like the 150 is the psychological round figure. This one is a potential buy. It has gone up a lot, I get that. But remember, the Japanese yen is not that weak. It's pretty medium. The Swiss franc is the king at the moment. Are we getting bounces yet? Let's try the 15-minute. Starting to get a bounce. Yeah, so that might be worth looking. On the 4-hour, we can definitely look at a trade. TP will give you a heck of a lot, 140 pips, stop loss down here. Only a 60 pip stop. That could be a trade. Are you getting the idea? I may be going a bit quick, but anyway, that's what we do. Well, these bands, these are moving averages. 200, 150, and 10 simple moving averages. Yeah, I think this could possibly be a bounce here. Using the 4-hour, okay. Put the stop down here, just below these guys here. Plenty, no, not too far. And then maybe take a TP up here. 150, 135. There we are. Nice risk reward, 90 bucks a micron. What about that, guys? Swiss is the strongest guy at the moment. Japanese is not the weakest, but it's not in the same league as Frank at the moment. Expecting interest rates to increase, we strengthen a bit more. It's pulled back nicely. It seems to be holding the 4 times 50 day move, 4 times 50 moving average, 4 hour times 50 moving average. Mouthful, isn't it? It seems to be holding around those levels. You might 150 seems to be holding. You might get a bounce here. Maybe not. This sellers suddenly come in as I said that. Thought we might get a bit of a jump there. It's definitely holding on the daily, the 10 days on the daily, and the 50 times 4. I remember 50 times daily or weekly or whatever. Remember that. Seems to be holding. You want a bit more of a bounce? Let's see 150 hold for a minute or two. If it breaks through, we'll laugh it off. So maybe keep an eye on that. And if that holds and it bounces, we can look at it. We can look at a trade on that one. You already liked it. Let's do it then. Start it. Let's be a bunch of Marines that are trading chickens, eh? What's the price? 150.02, 150.03, sorry. Uh, 149.40. And 151.35. And it's 90 bucks on my correct. Okay, let's have a look at that one then. I think I might trade it myself. Some I advise a trade, completely forget to do it myself. That's why I missed it. Not that I'm dodging it, forget. Go for the buy on that one. I'll put a stop, it will take it right. 149.4. 151.5. That's what's that? It's 10. What's it? 90 bucks on micro. 10 times that. Slightly bigger. You can. So I'm doing pretty well on the other ones as well. As the NAS should be fine. So look at my trades. Catch Chef, that's an EJS one. And already it's, and that's very, at least for my account, very, very underexposed. And even that's producing that. So it just shows, eh? Microsoft doing okay. CHF, JPY, just across that. That's the spread. Not panicking on that one. Always be slightly minus with the spread. And Microsoft, keep calling it misfit. Microsoft's doing okay. And what's the NAS doing? Nearly 4 grand. Oh, that's fine. Let that run. 4, 5, 8, 6, 8, 7, 8, 8.5. That's not bad, eh? See how that goes. Anyway, moving on. Right. So there we are. You take it, there you are. You don't take it, that's your choice. Remember, guys, we're here to assist, but we don't do it for you. Your choice. In the end, your choice, your money, your choice. If you want me to make the choice for you, just give me the money. Just a joke. Okay. Yeah, that's what I do every day. Come back with it. You asked me quite excellent question, in fact. What I do every day to go through it like that. And then if it looks like it's a possibility, I flick around weekly, 1 hour, 15 minutes, jump. If it doesn't look any good, I'll move on to the next one. That's so I can go through the whole lot fairly quickly. And that's how we do it. And then we discuss it later in the trading room and in the strategy room at 8:30, and then take it from there. Try and listen to Bloomberg in the morning, see if any of interest there. Look through a couple of apps, bit of news, catch up, and that sort of thing. Yeah. A lot of it's just experience, actually. Okay. All right. Yeah. I take you all out of WTI. Is anybody still in WTI? Because I don't want to keep going on about it if we're not in. Because the 7640 is a TP. It's nearly there, by the way. But I'm assuming you're all out of it. Anyone still in for that original trade idea that came out on the 18th? So called out literally last Tuesday. No, didn't think so. We're all out of that. So did bloody well anyway. Did very well. Good. There we are. So there you are, flashing around, you can find it. Some of you do that. You keep on going if you like. Get an idea what I'm doing. I'll do it fairly quickly. I do EUR, AUD coming off. I like the EUR. AUD is one of the weaker ones at the moment. That's the 4 hour. Let's get the daily. It's not really pulled back enough for me to be comfortable, so I'll move along. EUR, CAD coming back. It's testing. Let's have a look at the weekly. I think a bit nervous there, so I'll leave that one. Chasing it a bit. What's the next one in the line? EUR, CHF. Yeah, that's a strong one. Europe's pretty strong, and even that's battling against the Swiss franc. That tells you something. You know what I mean? If the strongest currency the euro is at the moment is really battling against another one, that one we want to identify, because like everything else, I always go back to, you want to put the weak against the strong, clearly, then you know the likelihood of betting on. But the problem is, it's in the short zone, but no doubt about it. Might get some EJ. Not quite. If it's below that on the EJ strategy, then we could sell it. Not quite, so we can't do on that one as yet. But it's looking like we could do something, but maybe a little bit higher up. It's consolidated the last 2 days, bit indecision. Handle terminal buyers and sellers in equilibrium. I want one to be stronger than the other. That's crabbing. There we are. That's our new trading marine word, crabbing. Crabbing, so I'll leave that for the time being, but it goes up a bit more. Possible short. Euro GBP, probably a buy. Yeah, buy zone. Getting to the stage where I would like to buy this, but it's not getting follow through. It's not getting follow through. That's sort of making me nervous. Clearing the buy zones above the 2 there. Yes, just not really getting going. See, try to get going, sellers are coming in. Maybe this will hold here and bounce. On the 4 hour, it's getting a bit of a range. So what's the size of the range? 20 pips, wasting your time, too small. So we'll leave that alone. See what I mean? That's what I do in the mornings. Yeah. A little bit of pressure to get the hang of it. This might be something. Only problem I do have, the yen is not that weak. Euro's okay, but it's most of them are pretty similar. Euro I'd give the edge to, but it's not a massive difference in strength. Like 2 middleweights, not a heavyweight against the light, basically. Having said that, it's in the buy zone. It has come back to test support. We haven't got any evidence of buyers on the candle, but still the sellers are very much in command. We might get a better price, but we're starting to look like we might get a bounce some of these levels. Let's scrunch it in a bit. Yeah, we might start, there's a bit of support here. We might start getting a bounce here. Okay, let's look at the weekly. You might get a bounce there, go back to the 4 hour. And that's a bit of a problem, that blue line there. Bit of a problem, but still a bit of support there. 1 hour. No evidence yet of buyers coming in, so I'd leave it for that reason alone. Look like possible buy on this one, but I want to see some confirmation candle of buyers coming in. I want to see at least an hour green guide before I start getting cute in this. Okay. And so we move on. All learning from this stuff? The thinking behind it? Hope no is from a previous answer to a previous question. Just joking. It's so funny. No, obviously, it answered the previous question, which is my strong sense of ridiculous. Okay, so you're getting stuff in here. Yeah. So this is a possible buy. We need to get a bit of confirmation. 15 minutes to me is a little bit short for confirmation. Not always, but in this case, it's a bit short. Even the 15 minutes, no confirmation. Who's in charge at the moment? Clearly, the reds are in charge, not the greens. For sure, you must have them. Not you should. Can I have them? You must have them. The most important is 200 and the 50. So I want you to put in the brown, which is the 200 simple, and the 50. All these are simple moving averages. 50 and 200. However, I like the 100 and I like the 10. And if you want to do the momentum trade strategy, you'll need the 10-day anyway. Okay, so I suggest you put all 4 of them in there and save it. So go insert, you know how to do it, go insert, go to indicators, go down the trend, go across the moving average, put them in, make sure the line's a little bit thick and see it okay. Choose the color, if you like my color, stick with them. Okay, it. Once you got the, make sure it's simple by the way. So it's the black's 100, blue's the 50, the brown's 200, and the red is 10. Once you got them all in, right click, go to templates, save your template, put in Willem in your case, whatever name, save it. So if you do lose them, just go right click, templates, and then pick the one you like. Got that? Repeat again, doesn't take long. If you haven't got all that good stuff. And the 250 are the most used moving averages in the world. So self-fulfilling, so it's very possible. Of course, go in order. That's the 10, the 50, the 100, 200. Probably easy to remember it that way. 10, 50, 100, 200. Run them all in, simple, and then like the colors, do that. Away you go. Save it. Second. Got load shedding from 6 till 10 tonight. Why do we do that? Got it now. Okay, I hope you all got that. If you don't, ask them to do it again. Make sure you have it. Okay. Yeah, the dollar's strengthened a bit. That's why you USD. No problem, Ken. A lot of guys taking profit on that one this morning or yesterday, so that's fine. Won't be much, but at least it didn't lose out on it. But it looks like the dollar's strengthening a bit, which might bring it back down a bit further. You've got the dollar index now, so you can always check it out. You've got the calendar. You can on the calendar, check it out. I don't know if you've got the yields, give you that as well. Yeah, that's the US 10-year notes or bond yields. As I mentioned, if the yields go up, it should be bad for the markets and bad for gold. If it goes down, good for the markets, good for gold. That's the theory anyway. That's normally what happens, not every time like everything else. It's a strong indicator. If the yields are flying off and you're short on gold, you must be start thinking it might be worth getting out of it. And you can see in theory, the market should be coming off. So let's look at the NAS, look at that if you like. Dow's doing its own thing, which in theory should. The NAS, at least the NAS is coming off. As you can see, a 50-minute chart, there you are. And the shares are coming off like Microsoft come off, as you can see. Make it now chart, there you are, it's coming off. Okay, leave some of the other stocks because the earnings are coming out. And they might be bad, then you miss the boat on the short, but they might be good and it could come back on price. So leave them for the moment. Banks I'm worried about, but I haven't got any confirmation to sell them as yet. What about JP Morgan? Yeah, maybe look to start selling that soon. Yeah, I think it's going to come off, but we'll see. See you tomorrow then. See you tomorrow, Marie. Okay, any questions? Anything you like to discuss? Yeah, I received all a little bit from some of the questions were asked there by Willem and Company. So what about you other guys? Anything you'd like to Zinschli, I think perhaps something like that, excuse me. Anything you'd like to ask? Are you getting any value? Are you learning stuff? Anything you want some clarification on? That's your first time, would be. Okay, my next question then would be, have you done platform trading and have you been to any Forex or CFD classes? Because this is really a trading session where you put into action the stuff you've already got the basic learning from in the classes. So have you been to any of those classes? I can't remember your pronounce name. Zinshri, I think, or Mrs. Guala. That's the point I'm trying to get across. If you come in here and you've never been to any classes, of course you're going to be overwhelmed. It's like doing first university at maths when you haven't done any schoolwork in maths, you know.
Yes, I do. I did attend one Forex class last night, but it's not that I'm clueless about Forex. I do have some info. It's just that as far as analyzing the market is concerned, I'm a bit, yeah. And
100%.
I've been trying Forex for many times, failing. So let's hope this time, yeah, it's gonna be good.
Yeah, well, 100% first, right, spot on. Thanks very much for explaining that. A lot of people get scared and I can't read their minds. Brilliant, thank you for that. Okay, that's fine. So you've got the basic, that's the most important, fine. Right, all right, just to clarify, this is an ongoing process. You know, it's not something you're going to learn after one lesson or two. It's not going to class, you do a full Forex, a few CFDs and that's it. It's an ongoing process. And then hopefully, what might be as clear as mud now, but with a bit of practice and time and interaction, it'll be as clear as crystal, if you see what I mean. So just stick with it, like anything. I don't know what you do for a living, but I bet it took you more than a couple of days to learn it. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, stick with it.
It took me 4 years, yes.
Well, there you are then, exactly. Exactly. That's right. Well, I'm not sure this will take 4 years, but certainly it'll take more than 4 days, that's for sure. Brilliant. So
Yeah.
if you've got this ability to do 4 years of studying, I don't see why you shouldn't get this one. Just needs just a little, just like anything, like driving a car, you know, takes a bit of practice and stuff to fall into place. Good. And interact like you've done there. Brilliant. Like Willem, wasn't sure, clear it all up, ask the question and clear it up. And quite frankly, it's often doing other people a favor because I thought, hang on, I didn't know that. And yeah, I'm glad the guy asked, and I've learned as well. You know, it's what it's all about.
Yes, I also have some trades, some 2 losses and 3 wins, so it's not bad, eh?
Okay, and are you getting signals all right? Are you having signals or your own trades?
I use the signals that I got.
Okay. Yeah, hopefully they're doing all right for you, because eventually mine, well, actually, that's quite true that. But basically our signals, Lauren Laporte had discussions at trading room. So yeah, so I hope they're going to start working for you. Just remember, go on.
Can I ask one more question?
Go on.
So these trading room classes, they happen twice a day?
Yeah, that's correct. I'll just copy and paste for you. I think I've got a better idea. Just
All
one
right,
second.
because
I've got a, hang on. Got a better idea. Just type in my contact details here. There you are. There's my WhatsApp details. You just WhatsApp me. Please, when you do that, just put your full names down. Ziggy Guala. If you got your live account number, you can plug that in again, 2000, whatever it is. And then, yeah, and then I'll upload you. I don't know what you got in your account. If you've got more than 2,500 Rand or 150 US dollars, I'll upload it to my QT WhatsApp group for morning updates, etc. And yeah, and I'll also post the full-on timing of this morning and afternoon, correct? Except Thursday is day off, Monday is day off because it's public holiday, and Friday mornings we only do a morning session, not an afternoon. We'll get the hang of it there. And if you miss one, it's recorded on the portal and social media on YouTube. You scroll down the menu, there you are.
all right, thank you so much.
Brilliant, yeah, thank you. I'll make a note of that number there and save it. And as I say, yeah, then you've got to go to Guy. But only on trading matters. If you're not sure about something, I'll point in the right direction. But live chat, technical support, your account manager, if you want to start opening up more accounts or whatever, The account manager will help you with that, but I'll help you on trading advice and assistance and that sort of thing. Okay.
Understood. Thanks.
Brilliant. Okay. I hope the signals that work out for you this time around. Great. Okay. So I'm glad that's sorted out. I've also posted, as you probably saw on the economic calendar, the yields and the US dollar index. So save those on your laptop, minimize and keep them handy when you're doing trading, which they do affect the markets. And as you know, as you stick around with us, you'll suddenly find things fall into place fairly quickly. You heard Marnie earlier on saying she did okay. It's been about a month, and she's getting to it. So don't worry. 4 years again. Don't worry about that. Gold's trying to go up. Trying to go up. It's battling. Yeah. This is a beauty trade. I don't know if you took this one. This is a lovely trade of ours. Did very well. Practically got the TP already. How's our, talk about that. How's our CHF JPY getting on? Yeah, it's doing okay, hey? Got it 150.03. Now it's 150.20. So that starts to come right there. Good to hear. Guy just WhatsApped me and said he's doing well in his trades. It was nice to hear that. You've heard of Black Friday? He's decided to call this Blue Tuesday. I quite like that. Okay, guys, anything else you want to discuss? Anything you want to clarify? Anything you want to, before we go into the close of the session today? Are we good? There's only a few people left anyway. Are you good there, Sephora? You're learning good stuff? With regular attendance, so you probably know quite a bit now, hey? Are you happy at getting value there? Thank you, Mark. He's one of our account managers. As long as he's getting value, that's the main thing we're after. Plus, you're getting value here. Well, if there's nothing more, I might as well wrap it up then. I mean, it's not quite $past, I get that, but anything else you want to recheck? Trades are doing fine at the moment. We'll have a last quick check before we wrap it up. Well, thank you, Jürgen. Thanks for that backup. That's what I want to hear. So you're getting some good backup there. It's encouraging the new lady there. Vinsley. Probably laughing at me for saying that. Anyway, so at least, you know, get encouragement for the other guys. Okay, just a quick look at AUD, JPY, perhaps a little bit, but it's still nice in profit. We've modified the stop loss, so you won't lose on that trade in profit, whatever happens. NZD, JPY, 82.35, bounced a little bit, but it's still in profit. Euro GBP. Where's the Euro GBP? Oh, you're on wrong. Euro GBP, idiot. 88.51. 36 we got. That's okay. Not shooting the lights up, it's okay. and the CHF JPY did check. So they're doing okay. That's good. May it continue. All right. Well, I think we'll just wrap it up then. Okay. As long as you guys are happy, and yeah, I'll catch you tomorrow and see if we can get this nice little ball to continue to roll in the correct direction. Happy, guys? All good? Good. Cheers, eh? Thank you, NK.